Hello and welcome to the Coach's Corner. I'm your host, George Zayas, along with my partner, Coach Dave Sieve in the house. Welcome to the Coach's Corner. Nice shirt, man.
It's an honor of heavyweights because we're going to look at two heavyweights today.
Oh, my God. I'm excited, man. This is going to be good stuff, man. We got some really cool stuff going on today with the heavyweights. And you mentioned Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and that's who we're going to be covering. Are we covering the first fight, the second fight, or both?
We're going to cover them both, and I'm going to basically what we're looking at is to do a Coach's Corner simple breakdown. So pretty much all the techniques that I talk about on Coach's Corner they're basically going to be there they're basically going to be there, and we're going to be able to show how they're relevant, how they come up in
You're freezing up.
It's not even hard.
You're freezing up.
All right, I lost you for a second.
Yeah.
I lost you for a second, George. Come back.
I'm here.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Do we have our guest on the line?
No, he's actually not on yet. But why don't we just jump right into it, and then when he jumps on, we'll continue with the with the coaching tips.
I think he put his phone on airplane mode, and he can't even get text now. He's done.
There he is. He's here. Yeah. All right, we got him. He's in the chat now. He's in the green room waiting.
He's in it? All right. Did he hear me call him dumb? Well, bring him on because before we get into it, I want to introduce him and talk for a second about who he is. I got the video rendering anyway.
Put him in. So this is our surprise guest. We're bringing him in, and let's help me welcome. There he is, Bobby Barnes. Welcome.
Bobby, do you see my shirt?
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Can I have it?
Yes. Come get it anytime.
Let's introduce Bobby Barnes. First of all, Bobby Barnes, welcome to the Coach's Corner with myself and Dave. We appreciate you being here. We got a lot of good stuff talking about the heavyweight division, and we know that you have a little bit of familiarity with those boxers. So, Dave, why don't you introduce Bobby and let's go with it.
Okay, first of all, my first boxing show that I ever did, I ran by myself that I ever did. I fought in it. It was in 1996, and so did Bobby Barnes. This is where I met Bobby Barnes. He fought in my show. Actually, his opponent, and this is how boxing is when you're producing a show. His opponent ran out on him because he found out that Bobby could fight a little bit. So one of the other trainers was like, "I'll fight this guy." He goes, and we were like, "Are you going to do that?" He goes, "Yeah, for the sake of the show." So for the sake of the show, Bobby beat up this trainer. Actually, the guy did okay, but Bobby won the fight. We did the show, and we've been friends ever since.
All right. So, Bobby, what's your take on it, man? Did you beat up Dave really bad, or was it just a little bit of beating?
It wasn't me. He beat up
Never, ever.
You're embellishing that, bro.
I saw Dave hit somebody with body shots one day, and I said, I'm never getting in the ring with that guy.
Hold up 1 second. That thing, my video is rendered. Let me stop it right now. Hold it. Sorry, I hear all this noise in the background.
Okay, you just gotta stop the video. But anyway, Bobby, let me ask you a question. So you saw Dave doing some body shots, and you were like, "That's it. I'm not gonna fight this guy."
Not never. Not never.
All right.
Bobby is just being nice.
No.
Let you off the hook. Let you off the hook, Dave.
Not never.
All right. So listen, Bobby Barnes is from Bed-Stuy Boxing Gym where I train at. He used to, and he's a former police officer, police detective, undercover operator, investigator, and coach. He's the man. But you were also sparring partners with Mark Breland for a while. You're very good friends with Mark Breland. And tell us a little bit about being in. You got to work in Deontay Wilder's camp once or twice, where you worked in his camp. You were working with the guys training who were sparring against Deontay, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was when he was training for the title. to fight Stavern, and that was over in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa, where he trains at. Nice little gym he has there. And, the guy, one thing you got to know about the guy is he's a tremendous puncher. And a lot of people really don't understand or really know how well this guy can punch. Most guys, when they fight, punchers are usually good for about 4 rounds, maybe 5 rounds. And their puncher power starts to wane a little bit, and they start to slow down. But this guy, he could punch, he could knock you out from the first round to the last round. So that's one thing I learned about him, man. His puncher power was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous.
Now I like to bring that up because one of the problems is, and this is like from the Art of War, this is from any strategic book or martial arts, your greatest strength is also your greatest weakness, right? Because if you rely on that power and you forget about other things, you're in trouble. Yes or no?
You know what? I'd have to say you're right. You're not wrong on that any way at all, in any form, any way, form, or fashion. You're absolutely right about that.
Right. And if you would have said I was wrong, you would have never had a chance at this shirt. This shirt right here, you would have never had a chance.
No, I need the shirt. Right I need the shirt. I want the shirt.
So just agree with me, okay?
Yeah.
Make it look good. Make it look like you think a little bit. Like, idea. I like that. I like how he's playing along with this. Bobby's been hit a couple of times, so he might be.
Wait a minute. A couple. Have you seen my face? I wasn't born this ugly.
Let me tell you something. Bobby Barnes, when he gets hit, he gets better looking. Other people get like this, like me, like forget about it. Oh, he's a jiu-jitsu guy now too. All right, we're not gonna even talk about it. All right, so look, Bobby, right into it. I'm gonna go into the coach's corner, and I'm gonna do some basic footwork, basic punching, and a basic mistake. I'm gonna go over all these 3, and then we're gonna go right into the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. We're gonna go handle 1, and we're gonna handle 2. All right, basic stuff. You got it? I got to do my share screen, right, George?
Yes, sir. You got to share that. While you're doing that, let's give out some shout outs real quick to Carl McKenzie. He said, greetings, and we want to greet you and welcome to our show today. We also
Carl McKenzie is on?
Yeah, Carl McKenzie is on.
He's from Starrett City Boxing.
Yeah. Oh, well, welcome to the show, Carlton. And we got Travis Taylor also. He's on.
He was one of my heavyweights.
There you go. Well, you know what? He's being a heavyweight tonight because he's on and he's heavy right now.
Oh, man.
With us, man. This is right here in the coach's corner. We got Tommy Addy also. He says, Dave has a violent boxing attitude. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
And a big shout out to, last but not least, Chris James and whoever is also tuning in. We thank you for, joining us here tonight. So why don't we just jump right into it? Dave, let's put up your screen. And
ready, George.
Ready. Let's go for it. Do it.
Let's go, and I'll stop it a couple times.
A whip versus a drive. We're talking about straight punches. There's 2 basic types of punches, too, right? One is a driving punch. The way you can see that is that the weight goes forward. And the punch kind of drops down because the person is sitting on that punch, driving forward. Right. The second is a whipping type of punch. It can be whipped like sideways. Think of a towel. When you whip a towel, right? You whip the hand, or you can whip it down. These punches, when you whip these type of punches, as they hit, they'll come right back in the direction they're coming from. So it's a whip, almost like a backstab. A whip, and it'll come right back. Remember, driving. Sitting on the punch is kind of going down and putting your weight forward, and whipping, it's kind of like a step back kind of punch. All right, coach's corner, it's going to be important. Simple is going forward.
All right, now this is where we're going to go with the basic footwork. Real quick, Bobby Barnes, Muhammad Ali, did he throw a whipping punch, a whipping jab, or a driving jab?
Oh, he was pure whipping jab.
Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. All right, so let me talk about basic footwork. Let's just take a quick look at it.
Is going forward, going back, and then of course doing fast. When you go to the side, the same applies. Of course, you can go to the side just walking back or walking forward. That's fine. All right. The more, okay, just get forward. If you turn sideways, you're pretty much running away. You're not able to punch. You're pretty much running away to get back into a stance for the most part. If you sound like that, some people can fight going sideways. Very, very rare. It's a different type. It's mostly for the inside. That's mostly for the inside. Okay, but as far okay, that's okay.
All right, I might have edited this a little bit wrong.
So a real crossover.
All right, let me go. All right, let me just switch this a little bit and see if I can.
I want to get there. Yeah.
All right, sorry about this.
Keeps you in good crossover. Good footwork.
There we go. Try it.
Going forward, going back, keeping it balanced.
All right, this is the way it's starting from. Sorry about that.
Things on point. Both feet move. Your stance moves with you. Okay. When you're going side to side, you want to keep your stance also. Simple moves. Simple moves. Also, you can walk by keeping your stance. You can walk forward. You can walk back. These are acceptable methods of moving your feet. Okay. Sometimes you go to the side. Usually, if you go to the side, it means you're running away and you're not in a good position to punch because you usually punch like that. That's usual. Okay. The fancier footworks are this. Rear crossover. Rear crossover is when you want to move out of the way, going to your left, right? And you can do it with the jab as well. You can do these types of things. Let me see. And you can do it with the jab as well. Right? Moving to your left. An L step is going back and going to the side. The reason you want to do that is you don't want to back straight up and get hit, have the guy running at you, so you come to the side, right? Or you can do it simply like that, okay? So with the importance of the L step is that you're still in stance and you're ready to fight, all right? So rear crossover, L steps, and all the other stuff is called a good football. Common mistakes. One of the common mistakes.
All right, this is my pet peeve. George has heard me say this. Robbie Barnes, we talked about it a little bit. I'm just going to go into it. I just hate when people step with one foot and they don't step with the other.
Driving in with my jab, letting my stance change, and then for me to throw a right hand, I have to change levels. Some people do that on purpose. That's fine. But you have to do it on purpose, and you have to know that the person's going to move. If I go like this, I change levels, and they step back, I have zero chance of getting it, and I'm not comfortable. Also, when some people are trying to go back, but they're driving forward, but then they're trying to pull back, it'll turn into a little bit of a mess. They have
I think we lost.
Kind of pop. It's better to do a whipping punch that you get back out of the way. So these are the type of things that happen. Also, you'll see if they don't move their feet together, if you don't move your feet together and move in the stance, you're going to get in all kinds of different positions. You're not going to be able to move. You're not going to feel comfortable closing the distance from a fighter, bringing your stance. You're going to find yourself reaching for punches. Somebody's going to be on the inside of you, and you're not going to know how to handle it because you're not adjusting your stance and your footwork to move with you. So these are basics and basic mistakes on footwork.
All right. Are we there? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so these are the things I covered. This is basic footwork. Bobby, I mean, do we need anything else for footwork besides that? Like, there's nothing fancy with the heavyweights, you know?
No. The person that had the one of the best footwork ever was Muhammad Ali. I mean, Muhammad Ali's footwork was impeccable. You know, you had guys like Greg Page, who had good footwork as a heavyweight. Larry Holmes had good footwork. He didn't get a lot of credit for it, but he had excellent footwork and excellent balance with his punches.
Okay.
But Muhammad Ali's footwork was impeccable.
Excellent. So, George, give me back the screen. We're going to go right into Wilder Fury 1.
You got it, brother.
Okay, first punch of the fight. Let's see it. All right, and as you can see, he pushed his left foot out, barely moved his right foot, and came back.
This is fight number 2, right? This is the second fight.
No, this is fight number 1.
Okay, fight number 1.
This is fight number 1. We're gonna go. Yeah, we got to go with the first fight. Okay, so right off the bat, the first punch of the fight is that Wilder steps forward and steps back. Exactly what I was talking about. Okay. Now here's Fury's strategy. Look at that. That's an L step, right? He's going to keep his distance, go back and forth, and if Wilder gets in, he's going to hold him, right? Also, he feels that Wilder is an emotional fighter. I don't know if he is or isn't, but he's going to tease the bull to make him angry and just play with him, right? And here's Wilder's first right hand of the fight, okay? So right away, there is Tyson Fury's thing. He's doing L steps, basically get out of line. He's controlling the distance with simple back and forth footwork to stay away out of Wilder's right hand. He's going to get Wilder angry sometimes by putting his hand behind his back, sticking his tongue out, trying to get him off of his game. And anytime Wilder throws, Tyson Fury is going to duck to his right. That's pretty much it. And let's continue with it. All right. Now let's talk about that whipping jab. If you look at Tyson Fury throws a snapping jab. He does not step into it. He whips the punch. All right. And he does the appropriate footwork, which means that he's going to stay back. You see that? He's slapping. But it's still a jab. Muhammad Ali slapped too. Right? And you see that he's in nowhere to be there. All right. Wilder is using the simple footwork of a puncher. This is why I wore my Joe Louis shirt today. Wilder pretty much comes forward like a puncher. He wants to get in the range and he wants to end the right hand. He wants to end it with the right hand. Mm-hmm. Pretty much he's doing simple footwork to get into range, which isn't bad if you're a puncher. If you could end the show in one night, why not? Look at Tyson Fury showing that he's going to duck under that right hand every time it comes, right? Now, what I just noticed about this, Wilder does need some feints to his game, but at least he is jabbing and he's trying to get that right. You see that Tyson Fury ducked under the right like almost every time. And Tyson Fury is showing what he's doing. This is round 3 of fight 1. And, status quo. Fury's fainting a lot, not doing he throws nothing hard, and he's keeping Wilder off balance. Round 5, Wilder's jab. Okay, I hate that jab. I hate that jab. I hate the footwork of that jab. I just cannot stand it. Okay, I don't know if I showed it again. Let me see if we do it. I believe I had it in slow motion. All right, so that was the jab where he comes back. All right, Wilder's punching comfort zones. Obviously, Wilder wants to keep you at the end of your punch. He wants to be able to touch you with the jab and hit you with the right hand. Is there anything more to Wilder's game than that, Bobby?
No, he pretty much is a 1-2 puncher, and he does try to set you up, blind you with the jab. He also changes the speed of the jab every now and then, which is important. Right.
He'll also wrestle a hand down to throw. He'll hold you with the jab a little bit to throw a right hand over it.
Right. And also he'll put the jab out there, pull your guard back, and then he'll drop the right hand in on you. I mean, he'll do that too. But what I noticed, the first part of this fight is that the first 3 or 4 rounds that you were showing, he never threw a straight right hand. All his right hands were looping. It was only when he threw the right hand straight that he started to land it.
Okay, well that's a good point, and let's take a look at where. So right now, this is what Tyson Fury is playing around with. Is he's staying at the edge of Wilder's comfort zone, and then doing L steps to go to his right, and doing simple footwork to go back and forth out of it. So let's take a look at it. So here, Wilder wants to get comfortable, and look at that's an L step as you do. you know, and Fury just knows his comfort zone and is just trying to stay out of his comfort zone. Quick note, and this is going to be something. Wilder doesn't look too good going back. Okay.
No.
Let's see Tyson Fury avoid this right hand. See how he just keeps ducking? Ducks.
You see, here's the thing about Tyson Fury that a lot of people really didn't realize, and I realized it a long time ago. He's quicker than you think he is.
He is, right? He's not just a chubby looking bastard.
Right. He might not look like the best physical specimen out there, but he's a whole lot quicker than you think he is. And he moves a whole lot better than you think he does. He'll make you miss all day. And the one thing about Tyson that makes him different from a lot of other people, he absolutely believes in himself. He believes in his ability, and he talks himself into he's going to beat you, and he does it.
And
dangerous.
Yeah, so absolutely right. All right, so again, now this is round 9. This is where this is what you're talking about. That's a straight right hand, Robbie, right? That you're talking about.
Go back a little bit. Okay,
let's bring that back just a touch. Okay, so now this is round 9 where Wilder, he starts moving right and he starts throwing a straighter right hand. And there it lands.
Now he's starting to throw it a little straighter.
Right. But now the reason he's looping it is because he's realizing that Tyson Fury's ducking down and he's getting there. So now the right hand finds the home and he drops. Right? Now he dropped Tyson Fury. You're the baddest man on the planet. Everybody you fought, you've knocked out because with Brene Stevens, how did he say his name?
Devern.
Yeah. Right. He faced him twice, and the second time he knocked him out. The first time he beat him. Yes. All right. So now Tyson Fury got knocked down. It's survival time. So let's just watch how he does it. L step, right? Simple footwork, holding on. And he's clutching onto him. There's 134 left in the round. Look at Tyson Fury. He's on the run. He's moving. He's tackling. He's doing whatever he can to survive this round.
He is.
Right? He knows Wilder's coming with the right hand. He's ducking it.
And another thing he does, a lot of people really notice this.
Okay.
Tyson Fury was sometimes use his right hand to pick off Wilder's right hand.
Yeah, right. If he, as a matter of fact, he's setting up for it now and he's getting ready to duck. Boom, there it is right there. So now Tyson Fury has got himself in the survival mode, noticing different things, watch his footwork. And, you know, you have Deontay Wilder, who's the hardest puncher probably ever in boxing.
I got to tell you, that guy can really punch. I got to tell you that. I was in the gym with them. That guy can really, really crack. Nobody,
I don't care. A lot of people say that he's fought a lot of tomatoes. I don't say that. He's fought heavyweight professionals and he's knocked them off up until Tyson Fury. But he already knocked him down. And here's Tyson Fury again, just messing around with them and refuses to stay in range. Refuses.
Yeah, he did what he had to do to survive. He did a good job holding, walking them around, and now he recovered and he's starting to go at Deontay. You know, he's testing him because when a puncher throws that many punches that hard, you know, the best time to attack a puncher is after he's thrown his flurry.
Right, because
you'll notice that he'll start to slow down. And when you're in the ring with somebody, I mean, you know the guy breathing hard and he's starting to suck wind, and you know, okay, now is my time to attack him. I might get him. And that's what Tyson did a smart thing.
Absolutely. And this is important. He actually, in the 10th round, he got knocked down in the 9th. He comes out and he starts to push Wilder back. So here he is pushing Wilder back. And this is what, like with footwork, I went over the footwork, right? Wilder does not move back in a good stance. Like when he moves back like this, he's not ready to punch. You know, you have to be ready to punch. And look at how Wilder's stance is. As he's moving, he does not look ready to punch. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Tyson Fury is very comfortable on his feet. Now, okay, this is what I consider good footwork. And let's look at this sequence for Wilder. Watch how his feet moves and watch his stance. During the sequence, Wilder is going to be in control of his feet and his balance, and he's always going to look ready to punch. Let's take a look at that. All right. See how he moves. He's in stance. He's in balance. He's throwing jabs. He looks ready to go, setting up, pull in, responding well. Nice little sidestep there. And he gets that right hand out of it. He gets that right hand out. Now Fury is reading his punches though, and Fury won't let him get anything else off. So he moves. Again.
Here's one thing that a lot of people didn't know, that, fighting a guy that's taller than you for the first time, it can be a bit of a challenge for a fighter that's used to being the taller guy in the ring. The first time you fight somebody taller than you that has like a longer range, and just when you think
never.
He never had that. So when you step out of range, you think you're out of range, and you're not. You're getting hit on the tail end of the guy's punches, and you have to make an adjustment.
Absolutely. Okay. So now, for the rest of this round 10, Tyson Fury is basically see what I mean? I don't like the way Wilder is moving there. He doesn't look ready to punch. He doesn't look in balance, and I don't like that. And
well, the size difference, there's a good size difference there when you see the guys together. And he used his size in the second fight. We'll talk about that when you get to the second fight.
Absolutely. But another thing is, even though there's a size difference, by no means is Fury the harder puncher.
No.
I mean, the guy who has the power is Wilder.
Deontay carries dynamite in that right hand, man. Matter of fact, he carries C4 in that right hand.
Yeah, absolutely. So now here's Wilder and Fury, and look at this. Fury knows that there's no threat when Wilder backs up. Take a look at this sequence right here. This is still round 10. And look at that. Wilder backs up, and Fury's just laughing at him because he knows there's nothing. He's just toying with him. He does his little L step. He's fine. Okay, round 11, we want to see what happens. So here's Fury, and you see those L steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fight's pretty much in the same pattern. He's still ducking the punches. Look at him duck. He ducked 2 right hands there. He's going to maul him a little bit, and that's it. Round 12. This is what saved this fight, what saved Wilder, what saved the United States from the Gypsies King.
It saved this championship.
Okay. So
this title.
Okay. Who is the baddest man? And what I like about this is that you see Wilder in balance.
Right.
That is it.
I got to tell you, anybody else, the ref would have stopped the fight right here. He would have stopped the fight right there. I couldn't believe he got up.
I couldn't either, but
I couldn't believe he got up.
So now, can he close the show? And he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's in the right range. He's letting the punches go. And Fury is doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, he's not letting them go.
Buy time, run, do these
He's not letting them go.
Absolutely. And there you look at Fury with his L steps. And that L step is that little shuffle that I talked about. Side step, he's actually running away, walking away, ducking away. And look at him. He's even still trying to annoy him.
Yeah. Yeah. He won this psychologically. He won the fight. He won the psychological warfare.
I got to agree with that statement. Definitely. Yeah. And I think
right now he won the psychological warfare. You get a puncher that knocks you down, and you get up and you look at him and you laugh at him, and you keep, oh man, that psyched him out tremendously there.
I think that's what set him up for that second fight, and I think Deontay Wilder knew it. And that was round number 13, 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? It just kept going, and that's when Tyson just got stronger, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's just take a look, and this is what I'm talking about: proper footwork and keeping your stance. Remember in the beginning of the show, I did simple footwork drills. Simple, right? Robbie, did I do anything fancy besides the L step and the rear crossover, which was really nothing?
Not at all.
Okay.
Nothing fancy. It was all basic.
Look at Wilder move back now and tell me if he's in balance and tell me if he's ready to throw a punch. Look at him move back. That's not the way you move back when you're ready to knock somebody out in round number 12. Right? He is a little bit better. You can see him loading up with the right. Tyson is like just waiting for it, and he's just gonna duck his head. He sees the right, and he's teasing Wilder.
Yeah, I think Wilder was a little tired here, and then a little surprised that, you hit a guy with the best shot, and he gets up and then comes at you. Something like, Holyfield and Bo, when Bo dropped Holyfield, or he didn't drop him, and I forget what round it was when he hit him with the uppercut, and he battered Holyfield all around the ring. And then the second half of the round, Holyfield came back to batter him.
That was a super trilogy.
Oh, psychologically, does a number on you.
Oh, absolutely. And let's see the knockdown in slow motion again. 1, 2, 3. And you saw Tyson was dropping down.
Yeah.
Dropping down. He was ducking the punch like he did all night, but he was a little bit slow. And Wilder got off his punch. And then on the way down, he gave him a little, I
gotta tell you, had he caught him on the chin instead of on the side of the head, the fight would have been over. And he caught him on the chin.
Yeah, that's true.
Fight would have been over. But the guy can punch. He can really punch.
And I just like showing this because here the two fighters are trying to come to each other at the end of the fight. People are trying to hold them back like they're going to fight. It's nonsense.
The fight's over.
These
are professionals. The fight's over.
And that was great. That was great. Two great individuals.
All
right. My question here is, who was more relieved in this fight? Was it Tyson Fury or was it Deontay Wilder after the fight was over?
I would say Deontay Wilder was more relieved that fight was over.
And I agree. Yeah. And I don't know. My other question is this: do you think that because of this first fight, this fight not only gave the confidence, as you said earlier, Bobby, to Tyson Fury, but it also took something away from Deontay Wilder? And going into the second fight, which Dave is going to bring up as well, do you think that maybe psychologically that has something to Deontay Wilder? And do you think he might have overtrained? Because the excuse of wearing a heavy outfit, I think, was just poor. I don't buy that, for one bit.
I gotta say, it might have been nerves in the second fight, but also in the second fight, Tyson came out and jumped right on him, which probably surprised Deontay that Tyson would come right at him. Normally people don't go at a puncher. Who ever went out there and attacked Mike Tyson? Nobody did. Who went out there and attacked Rocky Marciano? Pretty much nobody did. You don't usually attack a puncher. But somebody did, and I think what Tyson discovered was that the best place to be sometimes is in the eye of the storm, not outside the storm.
Oh, that's a great analogy. That was good. Wow. Who says boxers are dumb? This guy. Who says they're not handsome? This guy's
now,
really good.
Now we're gonna go into the second fight because I have some questions about the second fight and the stoppage and all. And Bobby, maybe you can help me because you know Deontay and you've worked with the camp and stuff like that. Maybe you can answer some questions. So
you're good friends with Mark Breland. Talk to us about the stoppage.
Yeah, well, I want to talk to. Should we show the fight first and then we talk about?
All right. Well, before we show the fight, I definitely want to talk about a couple things. One is let's look at the first fight. One is Deontay Wilder showed, for the most part, he doesn't go good going back, right? He doesn't do it. Another thing that he showed is that he just doesn't have good footwork. So the person with good footwork is going to go well. Now, there is a change. Tyson Fury went with Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill Stewart, right? And
nephew of Emmanuel Stewart, who was one of the greatest trainers that ever lived, Emmanuel Stewart,
right, of all time. So now we're talking about. Now you're talking about. All right, so now he's going with Sugar Hill. There is a difference immediately, and I'm going to show you that difference. The difference is he's not throwing a whip and jab anymore. He is stepping into his jab in the second fight. Right? Also, since he found out that he could rough up Deontay in the first fight when he started pushing him back, he roughed him up more.
Oh, he used what he should have used. A big guy. He fought like a big guy the second fight. The first fight, he fought like the small guy, and he was doing more avoiding, trying to bide his time and wait till he got his opportunity to try to get his punches off. I'm guessing he was hoping maybe Deontay would tire and he'd catch him late. But you could see in the 11th, 12th round that Deontay did slow down a little bit, but then in the 12th round he landed that C4, and the fight could have been over right there. But the second fight, Tyson used his size against him, and he did exactly what he should have done, which was fight like the bigger man. There's a difference when you get pressure put on you from a small fighter, a guy smaller than you, than a guy bigger than you, putting pressure on. It's two totally different things.
And what about the fight? And Muhammad Ali did the same trick. He would grab your head, pull it down, and lean on you. Like that bothers your neck, that bothers your stance, that makes you tired. It's definitely something that Muhammad Ali used, and pretty much all good fighters know how to wrestle a little bit to tie you up and to bother you.
Hey, look at Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran used grappling to get inside and just maul you to death.
And Roberto Duran would use his head and his elbows too, by the way.
I didn't say that, you did.
yes, but so did all the people who ever fought him. All right, George, ready? Let's go into it. Okay, round one. All right, this is what I'm talking about. I keep saying this. This is what I call the bad footwork jab of Deontay Wilder. Let's just look at this thing. Jab, look at that. That's horrific. That is horrific. That is a professional fighter, the baddest puncher in the world. He should not throw a jab like that.
But it lends to the same thing that you said earlier in this podcast, that you mentioned that he was relying too much on that right hand. And here we go again. I mean, it's just the same thing. He's relying too much, and I don't think he took the tools that, to learn the fundamentals of a jab. And I've been saying that for a long time. I mean, he's got a devastating right hand, but he's a puncher and not a boxer. And this is where I'm afraid for Deontay Wilder. And I think Fury saw that in the first fight, and I think he studied him enough that he had his number to catch him in the second fight.
Absolutely. And not only that, he went with the fight with the trainer who was going to have him come forward. So that's what I call the bad footwork. And George, you and I have done broadcasting with the amateurs. How many times have I said this is the bad footwork, like with the amateurs?
A million times. And let me tell you always mention to bring both feet when you're jabbing, and you see Deontay kind of dragging that back feet, and I think that's where you're.
And look at him; he's in an extremely wide stance. He's not ready to go forward or back. He's not ready. He's just in a split. So basically,
right.
Unless you're somebody who trains like that, you're not ready to fight like that. And believe me, he does.
Here's the thing: he's pretty unorthodox, and that's just his style. When Muhammad Ali came out of the Olympics and he went with Angelo Dundee, everybody said, hey, make him stop pulling his head back. Make him stop doing this. Make him stop doing that. Angelo said, leave him alone. Sometimes you ruin the essence of a fighter when you try to change him too much.
Okay. Fair enough. I like that. And somebody should defend him, because I'm not going to defend him right now. But even though I love Deontay Wilder. Okay.
He does not have the best footwork and the best balance. He does not. But Mark took a guy with his ability and first of all, his jab is really hard. A lot of people don't realize that. And if you look at a lot of his earlier fights, when he hit guys with that jab, they didn't want to get hit by it anymore.
And that's absolutely. But this this is what I'm talking about with footwork. This is what I'm talking about with footwork. When I talk about footwork, you have to punch somebody, you have to get there. And you have to get there in the proper stance. And just watch this jab right now. Look at that. That's horrific. Okay. All right. Now Fury's coming forward early. Now look at Fury's jab. Look at Fury's jab.
He absolutely surprised him.
Right. Now, for a second, now the thing about Fury's jab, I'm going to just say it again. Remember what I said in the beginning about a whip versus a drive. Fury's driving jab, meaning he's stepping into it. Watch when he misses, which direction his hand goes. Oh, hold up. I didn't bring it back enough. Hold up.
No, you're right. Fury did out jab Deontay in the second fight. There's no doubt about it. He out jabbed him.
But watch his jab. See, which way did it go? It went down. All during the first fight, when Fury missed with the jab, it popped right back up because he was throwing a whipping one. Now he's stepping into it and he's throwing that. But right now, here's where I thought Wilder was going to do okay, because he kind of looks comfortable walking back. See, he's moving back. He's in his stance. Right. He looks strong. He looks ready to go.
Looks like some adjustments were made to his stance.
Now here's Wilder coming in, but now this is something that's hard. And Bobby, I talked about this with George many times. This is my first time really talking about it with you. What do you think about the art of punching as you're going back? Not too many people can pull it off.
No. You had guys like Ray Robinson could do it. Archie Moore could do it. Muhammad Ali could do it. Ray Leonard could do it. Those great fighters like Benitez. I mean, those guys can punch you going back.
What about Deontay?
Well, once he goes back and he plants that right foot, that's when he's dangerous. If you look at that fight when he fought the kid, I forgot the guy's name, when he knocked him out and they had to carry the kid out on the stretcher. He was backing up to the road.
It was like a pole.
Yes. So,
right.
He backed up, and once he plants that right foot, then he turns that right hand, and he's dangerous when he steps back. When the right hand puncher is stepping back, as soon as his foot hits the ground, he's dangerous.
Okay, so let's take a look at him moving back. And now he was trying to throw some punches here.
And there's that Tyson jab.
Right. And he doesn't look.
Tyson pulled out of range. Right there.
And that's the turnaway slip. I did cover that in Coach's Corner, by the way. That's the turnaway slip.
That was about a week ago, right?
Yes. All right. So Wilder didn't land that right hand in the round. So let's give him credit for this.
It didn't land clean because Tyson was turning at the time.
Right. All right. And this is what I'm talking about.
There it is.
Right. And you see the hand go down. Now, round two, I'm going to cover every round of this. All right. Status quo.
Still putting pressure.
I got to have that half footwork jab. I have to.
And Tyson's also, this fight, Tyson showed a long guard with his left hand extended out. He showed a long guard in this one.
Absolutely. Okay, good. And that's something that he does. And he also is ready to push back with that. Okay, thank you. There's your long guard right there. Okay. And now, all right. So this is good footwork. This is what I consider good footwork. You're a hard puncher. You come back. You're in range. You're ready to punch. Now what I'm bang, and and there's the bad. There's that. I just want to show you. I got to show this again. All right. This is exactly what I'm talking about. All right. The good footwork is Wilder is going to hit Fury with the jab. Right. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep. All right. He looks in range. Bang. He hits him with the right hand. Right. Steps out. Now the jab. Look at this jab. I'm going to just keep. Look at that. Look at that. He's just completely off range. He can't throw another punch. He's not. And then look how awkward he is after he adjusts that. It's so simple. If both feet move, that doesn't happen. All right. A good slip. So Tyson Fury is still doing his slips. All right, so let's he still has a good feel for Wilder's range, right? He's still doing this ducking thing to the right. He's doing okay with that. All right.
He knew all he had to do was stay out of the way of that right hand.
Right, because that's the widowmaker. That's that's the angel of death right there.
It absolutely is, man.
So let's take a look at the end of round 2. His Fury, and also with the long guard, he knows that Wilder is going to shoot his right hand over his extended left hand. So you will see that punch coming. He sees it coming. Boom, he ducks 1, ducks 2, and then bang, he hits him with the right himself.
Then he puts pressure on him and starts to maul him.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty much status quo. Let's take a look at what happens in round 3. Okay, so still, right. He's
jabbing Deontay to the body.
Yes, and he's throwing driving jabs. He's not throwing whipping jabs. He's not stepping back. He's stepping into the punch. It's a new trainer, and he's also looking for an overhand right. That's his MO. See him pushing him back.
Here, Deontay's getting out jabbed, and the jabber is getting out jabbed.
Right, and that was there because and he's getting pushed back. These are not snapping or whipping jabs anymore. Let's just take a look at that sequence again. All right, he's pushing Wilder back with these jabs. So they're not just driving, but they're also pushing.
Exactly.
With the right hand. Okay.
Exactly. Now he's starting to attack.
Boom, and Wilder comes back with his own 1-2, and now they're jabbing each other.
I got to tell you, I'd like to see the rematch. I'd like to see bout number 3 to see what adjustments Deontay made.
Now let's just talk about it. We actually talked about this. This is a boom. That's a Deontay Wilder trick right there, right? This is where he puts his jab out. This is where he puts his jab out. This is a Deontay move. Okay, so Tyson's going to put his jab out. And he's going to leave it there, and then he pushed his head right back down to throw the right. All right, and then that is the knockdown. Okay, a quick 1-2. He hit him, and then also I'm going to ask Rob this, but take a look at where he's hitting Deontay Wilder. It seems to me that Wilder is doing the same type of slip that Tyson Fury is. But Fury is throwing more of a hook to his punch and catching him on the temple and the ear. Yeah, yes or no?
Correct.
Okay, so let's take a quick look at that. This is the knockdown coming up. Bang, and this is, I believe, where he bloodies his ear. He caught him right on.
Caught him on the ear.
Right.
That was the 3rd round, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Right. That's round 3. That's round 3.
That would mess your equilibrium all up. You see, his legs are gone.
A mess. Right. And that, you know what? That punch there was
that hurt him.
Right. And here's the second one, which they called, oh no, that's the first one. And he hit him like in the ear. Right. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you see his ear is ringing with blood.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that Tyson Fury, who doesn't close his hand, I think he kind of had it loose or caught him right in the ear and busted an eardrum. I don't know. Was it confirmed that he busted an eardrum?
It wasn't. No, the eardrum wasn't busted. It was a cut right here, and they stitched it up right here inside the ear.
But
so the eardrum wasn't busted.
It could have been very well the same thing, whether it was busted or not, because he kept getting hit there in that ear. And it did his equilibrium on. I don't care what anybody says, because let me tell you, after the 3rd round, I was worried for him as a boxer.
Oh yeah,
and we're going to talk about that later as Dave continues with the tape.
Okay, so here we go. So now we come in round 4, and his equilibrium is a mess. He's not comfortable backing up, finding a range where he could land that right hand. But meanwhile, Tyson Fury is very comfortable. And this is what we're talking about. His balance looks completely off. I think I put this in slow motion. Even though they called it a slip, he did get hit in back of his head, I believe.
Yeah, he got hit in the back of the head, on the side of the head. He got hit everywhere.
He got hit right in the ear again. Do you see that? Did I show that? Can you see it clear enough? Look at where he's going to get hit. Right there. He gets hit in his ear again. It's like, you know, if he can't hear Tyson Fury's name after that, it's not because he's scared of him. It's because Tyson hit him in the ear again and again. Bang! You saw it right there. And now, yeah, he falls back and he trips, but he is off balance. And he's look at him. He's just not right.
I gotta say this. Sometimes, you know, your fighter comes to a fight or to the gym and just doesn't have it. You know, and I think it was just an off night for Deontay, and I think that he just didn't have it this night. You know, that's why I'm so interested to see the third bout between them, and I think that would settle it.
I would like to see Deontay do a little bit more training with footwork. All right, now look at this back slap. Tyson just missed with the right hand, so his hand is on his right hand is on the left. You see this back slap whipping punch? He's about to essentially back bitch slap. You know, like I don't really want to say it like that because these are professional fighters. But look at this back slap he throws. Like, you know, and I put it in slow motion. You know, Muhammad Ali would hit with open hands too, and nobody said his punches didn't hurt.
Yeah,
you know, that is something to be said for. He backslapped him, and that was hard. Okay, round 5.
There's another punch on the ear.
Right, and let's take a look. He comes right out, and this is a problem because this is the beginning of the round, right? You're walking over. This guy is jumping out. He beats you out of the corner, and he just jumps in your face, hits you, and now you got to go the whole round with it. Let's take a quick look at that.
Yeah,
pow.
Yeah, right. Sometimes that, you know, a fighter being in the center of the ring before you has a psychological effect. Like you look at Sugar Ray Leonard when he fought Marvin Hagler. At the beginning of every at the beginning of every round, where was Ray?
He was running out.
Center of the ring, while Hagler was just about to come out of his corner. So he commanded the ring before Hagler even got out the corner.
All right, and this is some of the roughhousing tactics that you and I talked about. Look at this. He's uppercut.
Lacing him.
Yeah. I mean, he
rubbed laces in his face. I mean,
he was using his size and his weight to fight him. I mean, what did he come in, like 20 pounds heavier in the second fight?
Oh, was it 20, 26 pounds?
So yeah, something. I know it was above 20.
Well, they both came in heavier.
Yeah.
But Tyson Fury decided really to impose his weight.
He did.
And here's the knockdown in round 5, and it just. And more than it being a body punch, it's not a body punch that he keeled over. It just seemed that Deontay just lost balance. The left hook, he just hits him, and then he just falls down.
I don't know.
Little leg trip.
He was squared away, right?
Was there a little trip in there? It looked like he tripped, right?
Little leg trip there with Deontay's left leg over Tyson's right leg.
Can you play that again, Dave? Because it looked like he was squared away too.
You know what? He was off balance for sure. He was off balance, and he got hit with 2 left hooks. Ready? Here we go. That's one left hook. There's another left hook, and then
the body one, and right over Tyson's right leg.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Okay, let me see if I can freeze it right there. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Bobby Barnes is doing some grappling, and he understands that's a leg.
That an old season pro trick.
There we go.
It is.
You know what? I think it was just tanglement, and Wilder was just going in a circle at that time. You know, so look at this, more roughhouse tactic.
Yeah.
And this is where Kenny Bayless gets involved. I mean, he's about to. Look at how off he is. Look at how Wilder is. I mean,
I gotta say, I just don't think he had it that night. He had an off night, man. He just didn't have it.
Look at that. I mean, but this is rough. Look at Tyson Fury using his head right there.
Oh yeah.
What do you think his head weighs?
head,
He's 273. Well, how much does his skull weigh? It's got to be 25, 30 pounds, right? If I hit you with one of those, what do they call those kettlebells?
Oh my God! No, thank you.
Kettlebell food.
He's got the head of the size of a nice Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, there you go. Take that. And then Kenny Bell is I believe. All right. You know what? He should have done this earlier. But he takes a point from him. He gives Deontay a well-deserved rest. You know, and I agree with him. But you know, I think it's a little. Now look at his footwork. This is what I'm talking about. You see how he's just stepping back. Wilder right here, besides balance issues, he should either be sidestepping or running back. He should be doing some sort of Muhammad Ali type thing, or you know, I know he's tired, but stepping back like this. Try to look at the steps of Fury, and look at the steps of Wilder, and you tell me who's going to win this fight.
Wilder just didn't have his legs that night, man. I mean, he just didn't have it. You know, sometimes that happens. You know, your fighter goes into the gym, and you know, you have good days and you have bad days in the gym. You have good days, you have bad days in fights. You know, I'd really like to see, like I said earlier, you know, the third bout. You know, to see.
All right. So this is going to be our first little bit of an argument. A little bit of an argument. I mean, this is never an argument. Yeah, no, but we're going to have like a little debate on this. All right. I understand that, but you're getting paid. I don't know what the hell he's getting paid, like $20 million at least. I don't know how many millions of dollars. You have a training camp. You know what the first fight was. You know what your problems are. You should have your footwork there. A bad night doesn't cut it. Like, you've trained weeks in advance for this, months. You know it's coming. You signed a contract. You're a professional prize fighter, and you have the baddest right hand, probably not just in the world, but probably in the history of boxing, because he knocked everybody out. No,
that is a bad right hand.
Yeah, can't just have a bad day.
Oh, that right hand has got C4 in it. I got to tell you, man.
There we go, and that's what I'm talking about.
I've been in the gym with him, man. You remember how Mark? You remember how Mark used to punch? Say again?
Have you held pads for him? Have you ever held pads for him?
Oh no, thank God.
Okay, good.
No,
good.
I don't know how Mark did it. Mark's smaller than me.
I don't understand either. I'll tell you what. As far as right hands go, I had the honor to hold pads for Mark once, and I was like, Mark, I said, I know you're many years retired. I said, but I got to feel that right hand. So I put on a pad and had Mark hit me a few times in the pad, and I couldn't believe how much power he generated with his right hand. It was incredible.
I held mitts for Mark for years, and like literally the hardest I've ever felt a punch was that guy's right hand. And I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
like you literally got to be kidding me. I mean, it's devastating, absolutely devastating. And for a guy so small, you know, and he would come in the gym and spar with guys, and some guys would get in there and I would say, listen, first things first, don't be a smart ass. He's not what he used to be, but he can still punch.
Yeah,
so just don't be a smart ass. And several times he's had to put guys in their place with that right hand. And I try to tell him, do not get in there and be disrespectful, because the man can still punch. And to this day, what's he? I'm 56. He's 57. I mean, the guy can still knock out. He can still knock out a horse. I mean, I've watched the guy in the gym when we were younger. I would knock out heavyweights. He was 145 pounds.
Let me tell you, I've never felt anything like that in my life. It felt like I took a 300-pound man, rolled it into a tall piece of spaghetti, and have it punch. And it was
exactly.
And he's still fit at 57. I mean, the guy's in excellent shape still.
Well, he can't gain weight. He's got some sort of dosed up metabolism. But anyway, Deontay Wilder, who looks like him in stature, this is his trainer. All right, so let's continue with this. Okay, round 6 now, and look again with the footwork, again with the imbalance, And look at Tyson Fury. He's just, I mean, just going to town on this guy. And there's almost nothing he can do. He's about to get hurt, you know.
Those feints that Tyson was throwing really threw Deontay off too. You know, and he got close to him where he couldn't get the range on that right hand. And he just mauled him. You know, just mauled him.
And this is what I'm talking about with simple footwork. You get in and out of the range. You get in and out of the range, and that's what Tyson Fury did in both fights 1 and 2, and Deontay didn't adjust. And here's more of that mauling. And you see Tyson Fury is not throwing these whipping punches. He's driving with everything. And he's got Deontay really hurt. He's got him bleeding from the ear. He's beating him up. And then I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know what that was. You know, I heard of hunters like
I don't want to know.
And like tasting their blood. I don't know what the hell that was. that was some, yeah. My wife is just saying Vampire Diaries. Like, I mean, I don't know what it was. You know, I think that's psychological. I think if Tyson Fury knows that there's a fight 3 coming up, Deontay Wilder's going to say, this guy's crazy. He's inhuman. You know,
Tyson was really feeling it. He was full of confidence, and he knew he had Deontay. He knew he had him at this point. And I mean, a fighter knows when he's got another fighter. He knows when he's got him.
I think that was taunting the fans of Deontay Wilder as well, because I was watching that. I just, you know, one thing that I didn't really appreciate that, to be honest with you, watching professional boxers. I don't think that that's necessary, but you know, that's his character. He's kind of a clown type of guy, you know, and he's funny, but I just think that it has no business in the ring. But you know, that again, that's my opinion.
Right. I got one question for the both of you.
Go ahead.
At this point in time, do you think Tyson Fury thought he had Deontay Wilder licked?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so
I can't help myself. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. All right. What the heck?
That's the rim shot there for you, Dave.
Okay. Round 7. So this is the beginning of the end. Tyson Fury is just walking. He's feeling himself. He's coming down. You know, Tyson Fury's footwork is good. Deontay Wilder's footwork is bad. And look, you see how this is what I'm talking about. Deontay Wilder's stance constantly breaks. He's not bringing his stance with him. And I know he's beat up. I know his equilibrium is off. But I'm saying it should be in your blood. It should be in who you are. Like, you shouldn't get up in the middle of the night having to go to the bathroom because you drank too much water and not be in a balanced thing. You should be like trotting to the bathroom in a boxing stance if you are training for a heavyweight fight. And look at Tyson Fury moving forward in stance, and look at Deontay moving back out of stance. He's not, look at that. He's not ready to punch. He cannot punch there. He cannot punch. He can't threaten to punch. Those feints are not working. You know, credit to Deontay. He still fought. He still wrestled. He still did.
I gotta tell you, a lot of other guys would have quit.
Yeah, would have quit. Absolutely.
A lot of other guys would have quit. Man, he's exhausted. He's got no legs. And a lot of guys would have just quit. I don't think they would have came out of their corner. He wanted to go back out there.
Absolutely.
You got to give it to him.
Okay, and let's take a look at how easy.
Hold on a second. He also said he would go on his shield, and he said that multiple times. You know, and he tried that. We'll get into that discussion right after you show this, Dave.
Okay. So here's a 1, 2, 3. Tyson Fury slips all of them, and now he's basically gonna close the show. Coming in again, a driving jab. He's pushing him back. He got him in the corner. 1, 2, bang, bring it in, and that's it. That is the fight. That is the fight. Okay. All right. There we go.
All right, so let me get to a couple of things before we continue further. First of all, we want to thank for the generosity of Trinatic Productions. I hope I pronounced that right because I got my glasses. He says you guys are awesome and I'm learning a lot. Thank you very much. We appreciate the compliment and the generosity of a nice $5 super chat. That goes a long way. Thank you so much. Also, he also wanted to know how many months did he train for this fight? Robbie, do you know, Bobby, do you know what his training camp was like?
Usually training camps are usually about 6 to 8 weeks. Some guys do 10 weeks.
Okay, so in other words, he was prepared for this fight going into the fight.
I believe he was prepared, but sometimes you just have a bad night, and I'm going to chalk that up to too little Deontay Wilder, too much Tyson Fury.
All right, then
the balance was a little off there.
Okay, my next question in regards to the stoppage and his corner, because I know we saw some of the stuff there earlier, and did you think that maybe they let this go on a little bit too long? Because after the third round, I had concerns for Deontay, and I was very concerned for his health. And was it okay to let him keep going, or was the stoppage not soon enough?
Well, as a trainer, you have a relationship with your fighter, and you try to give your fighter every chance you can. But the person that knows the fighter better than the fighter knows himself is his trainer, because his trainer is the one that's standing there watching him, watching every little thing that he does, watching his reaction, watching his attacks, watching his defense. A trainer knows that. A trainer knows his fighter. And I think it was a good stoppage. He gave him every chance. He said, "Okay, we're not going to win this one. Let's go back and go back to the drawing board and fight another day."
I agree wholeheartedly with that. The only thing I disagree with, and I'm not saying that like he didn't have a bad day, because obviously he had a bad day, but I'm saying that he didn't train in the proper manner to have a good day, and Tyson Fury did. And the way Tyson Fury did, he took fight one, and he did things that worked in fight one, and he took out things that didn't work in fight one. So fight two, he had built up momentum, and Deontay Wilder should have seen the things that he messed up in fight one. I think he thought it was going to be another fight one, and he'd land a few more right hands and close the show. That's what I think.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right on that one.
Okay. And what I would like to have seen Deontay do is to work on footwork. I mean, he has to work not just footwork, just basic footwork to get into certain positions, and then also recognize when somebody's doing something to him. Like Tyson Fury just kept coming forward, like just almost range, and then stepping back, forward and then back. Forward and back, just like George did right there with his back, George. Boxing. That's footwork right there. George, one more time for the flange. Sure. Let Rob do it. Go ahead. Let him do it. Go ahead. Forward and then back. See? This is footwork. This is basic footwork 101. 1-on-1. I mean, he's just gotta get his footwork right so that he can at least land a jab.
Tawam, some of these comments, Tawam says that Fury would beat Wilder any day of the week, pretty much.
What's your opinion on that?
I got to see the third fight, see what adjustments Deontay Wilder made. What he makes in training camp, but you cannot count a guy out who's got a punch like that, man. And when you learn how to set it up, and look at a guy like Tommy Hearns.
Right.
I mean, at any time, the fight could be over. He fought Juan Roldan, and Juan Roldan had Tommy Hearns hurt almost out. And what happened a few rounds later? Tommy landed the right hand, the fight was over.
All right, so I just want to go back to all the criticism that Mark Breland took. I mean, that I thought was unjust. His name was dragged in the mud. That I did not agree with. I mean, I thought it was poor for anybody to even question the man when the guy was this guy was an Olympian, tremendous professional boxer, and tremendous trainer. I don't think it was fair. What are your thoughts? I mean, did you get to speak to Mark after that?
Oh, absolutely. We've talked extensively after the fight. We talk all the time. Here's his pedigree. A lot of people don't realize this guy's pedigree. He won 5 straight New York City Golden Gloves. Back when you had to fight, it was like you had to have about 4 to 5 fights before you got to the finals. Knocked everybody out. Right? So he won 5 straight New York City Golden Gloves. He won several world championships as an amateur. And then he goes on to the Olympics and wins a gold medal. Now remember, our biggest rivalry in the Olympics is boxing, was the Cubans and the Russians. He beat every one of them. Every one of them, including Konakbayev, who was considered the baddest guy on the planet at welterweight. Mark beat him up, dropped him in the first round, and then just beat him up the rest of the fight. And then he wins 2 world titles. So, you know, the guy knows what he's doing. You know, and he, you know, he's been in there, you know, he's been hurt before. You know when your fighter's had enough. And as a trainer, I would hope that my fighter would understand and not hold it against me. If I stopped the fight, that I knew that he wasn't going to win. It's not that I'm not confident in his ability, but right now you're not having a good night. It's okay to stop a fight and come back.
Yeah, and besides all that bad footwork, he was that ear rupture or whatever the heck it was, messed with balance. He wasn't even standing right. You know,
no,
he was not standing right. He had 0 chance. What he did have a chance of was to get really hurt badly and mess up his career and his brain cells.
And he did exactly what a trainer is supposed to do.
And if you're a Deontay Wilder, you know, fan, I would say, you know, because I know some of them were saying things that were just, you know, crazy and just they didn't get it. You wouldn't want your fighter to get hurt. I mean, I know I wouldn't. And you know, I'm a fan of both these guys. I would never want any boxer, period, to get hurt in the ring. That's not what boxing is. Boxing is a sport. It's not a blood sport for you die in the ring. That's crazy. You know,
right. Nobody needs to die in the ring boxing for everybody else's entertainment. Nobody needs to do that. I mean, they've had several boxers that have died, and it's tragic.
Exactly. So for any fan that would criticize Mark Breland, you're way off. You just out of touch with the sport. You have no clue. You know, you don't want these guys going in there. You know, this is not the times of the Romans. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely right, George.
I would like to say one thing. Carl McKenzie said, teach him how to dance. You know, that'll help with his footwork. Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, Deontay could dance. He could obviously move well, but you have to do some real basic footwork. And the basic footwork is being comfortable in your stance. Bringing the stance to the other fighter, adjusting your stance to the other fighter, adjusting your angles, and moving around in your stance so that when you get there, you can deliver the punch, right? Or you can deliver the slip, or you can move and understanding that. And Tyson Fury understands that well.
Yes,
Deontay, not so much.
Tyson had the faster feet.
So,
Tyson, like I said earlier. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dave.
I think he froze.
No, I said that's all I got. But was Tyson Fury named after Mike Tyson, by the way?
Yes, he was.
He was.
Or Tyson Chicken?
He's far from being a chicken. That's for sure. Oh my God, you're horrible.
That's two tonight, Dave. No more.
All right, that's all I got. That's my breakdown on the fights. Hey guys, thanks for staying on. You know,
thank you.
Thanks to everybody else for coming on.
Thanks to everybody that chimed in. To Wam, Carl McKenzie, Travis, all you guys who tuned in. Dave, thanks for tuning in and looking. Dave Steve, thanks for having me. George, thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Dave, I was saying I have to look at you, George. I'm in the George and Rob, I'm in the show. I have to look at you.
Well, thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks for having me. Had a great time doing the boxing with you from '96 until even after I retired. We still did some shows. Thank you for having me there. You know, it was a great time. Didn't realize the magnitude of what we were doing until it was over. You know, I wish I had understood that back then. But you learn and you grow and you learn.
Yes. Lefty Ojeda says it's my homeschool in Tawan. Thank you for all those knowledgeable comments, by the way. We appreciate it. We do this every Tuesday night, and Thursday night we bring somebody in for a podcast. Coach's Corner, I actually go into actual fights and actual techniques, how they're used in fights. And on Thursday, we talk to different boxing people. Thursday nights, 8 o'clock on either one, you know?
Yeah, you know, I like the old school boxing. So, you know, you get guys like Jersey Joe Walcott and Archie Moore, Charlie Burley and Ray Robinson and Carmen Basilio. Those guys, you know, I like to see you break down some of their fights. Marciano and Walcott. Oh my God, what a fight!
We brought a little bit of that on. We brought a little bit of that.
We've actually done some of that, actually.
Wilfredo Gomez, Lupe Pintor, Wilfredo Gomez, Salvador Sanchez.
Oh my God, you
Sanchez, Azuma Nelson. Oh my God. Oh,
he's going way back there.
That's what I do.
We actually brought a lot of those fighters on. But that's what I'll do is the basis of Coach's Corner is that I'm showing a technique and I'm showing that technique in the fight. Obviously, when I show it myself, it's not that great because I'm a coach and I'm old, you know, and I was never a great fighter, but I'm a decent coach and I can point it out, you know, so let's do that and we'll point it out.
Yes, sir.
You know, Tawan, we're gonna bring in other coaches as well. We're gonna bring in coaches. You can vote for other coaches. Bobby Bonds is way too.
I'm losing you.
Yeah, we're losing you there, Dave. I think his timer, his timer on his Wi-Fi is running out.
All right, so good night, fellas.
Yeah, all right. So let me wrap this up. Thank you again, Bobby Bonds, for joining us tonight, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate you that tuned in tonight as well. We appreciate the super chats. And remember, we're on, like Dave said, every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock for the Coach's Corner. And Thursdays, we have the Smoker Talk podcast where we bring on a guest as well. And we chop it up with a little bit with some boxing talk. So join us again on Thursday at 8 o'clock. And we hope to see you all guys there. Thank you so much again for your generosity, for spending an hour and 20 minutes almost with us here on the show. And again, thank you so much. We'll see you guys on Thursday at 8 o'clock. And this is the Coach's Corner. Good night now.
Coach's Corner, you're a knockout.